Welcome to my YouTube channel Ek Din Ka Raja. Today we are going to talk about gastrointestinal stromal tumor. GIST is a mesenchymal neoplasm with variable behavior characterized by differentiation towards the intestinal cells of Cajal. Sporadic cases occur in any age, but the peak age at incidence is 6th decade of life with slightly male preponderance. STH deficient GIST is seen in pediatric population and in young females. The most common site of involvement is stomach. Around 85% of cases we see sporadic GIST which is characterized by gain of function mutation of KIT or PDGFRA gene. Deletions are seen in exon 11, duplications are seen in exon 9. Exon 18 is characterized by the site of involvement, that is gastric GIST. Syndromic GIST, we have STH deficient GIST, non-hereditary Carney triad, autosomal dominant Carney-Stratakis syndrome. Out of these three, STH deficient GIST is the most common type of syndromic GIST. Familial GIST is characterized by germline mutation in KIT gene or PDGFRA gene. Rarely, neurofibromatosis is also associated with GIST, which is multifocal, and it usually affects small bowel. It can occur anywhere in the gastrointestinal tract. Stomach is the most common site, followed by small intestine, colon, rectum and esophagus. Extragastrointestinal GIST occurs in mesentery, omentum and retroperitoneum. The common clinical findings are vague abdominal pain, acute or chronic bleeding, abdominal mass or perforation. The tumor is well circumscribed with subcentimetric in diameter. Cut section of large tumor shows foci of hemorrhage, cystic change and or necrosis. STH deficient GIST show multinodularity. Invasion of surrounding organs like spleen and pancreas is seen in aggressive tumors. You can see here gastric GIST. The surrounding mucosa is ulcerated. There is a well circumscribed tumor mass. This is metastatic GIST to the liver. Cut section shows areas of hemorrhage. Coming to light microscopy, GIST exhibit broad morphological spectrum based on the anatomical location, based on which GISTs are classified into gastric GIST, small intestinal and colonic GIST, rectal GIST, STH deficient GIST, dedifferentiated GIST. Let's see the differences between gastric and small bowel GIST. Gastric GIST is confined to the lumen usually with umbilicated mucosal ulcer. High local recurrence is seen. Small bowel GIST usually presents as an external mass, so the patient presents with abdominal distension and metastasis at presentation. First we'll talk about gastric GIST. It will have spindle cell morphology. In around 20% of cases we will have epithelioid morphology. Both epithelioid and spindle cell GIST in the gastric mucosa may show this sclerosing type and diffuse hypercellular patterns, but nuclear atypia is uncommon in spindle cell morphology, whereas epithelioid morphology will have some kind of atypia and mitotic activity. This photomicrograph shows gastrointestinal stromal tumor epithelioid type, which usually harbors PDGFRA mutation. You can see that the tumor cells have indistinct cytoplasmic borders with abundant eosinophilic cytoplasm and round nuclei. The tumors which harbor PDGFRA mutation usually lacks KIT. So, the tumor expression of KIT is very weak to negative here. Whereas it shows DOG positivity, DOG1 positivity. This is another photomicrograph showing strong and diffuse expression of PDGFRA protein. This is another case of GIST which is composed of bland looking spindle cells with paranuclear vacuolization. You can appreciate, I guess. Paranuclear vacuolization. Very rarely, the tumor may have high-grade morphology with the high mitotic count. This is a mitotic activity. These are all mitotic figures. In this high power, you can see there are many mitotic figures, which indicates high-grade morphology. This photomicrograph shows epithelioid GIST with myxoid stroma. Let's talk about small intestinal or colonic GIST. This tumor will have spindle cell morphology which is arranged in diffuse sheets or vague storiform pattern. The tumors usually have low biological potential. There will be extracellular collagen globules which are nothing but sphenoid fibers. Anuclear areas comprising of cell processes or nuclear palisading or perivascular hyalinization and aggressive vascular changes or fibrosis similar to schwannoma may be seen in the small intestinal or colonic GIST. So whenever you suspect a case of schwannoma in the small intestine or colon, keep this point in mind that GIST may also exhibit these features like schwannoma. You can see here this photomicrograph shows bland spindle cells with extracellular collagen globules. These are nothing but sphenoid fibers, which is characteristic of small bowel GIST. This photomicrograph shows hypocellularity with abundant fibrous stroma. This can also be the case with the GIST. This photomicrograph shows high-grade nuclear features like nuclear pleomorphism is seen in rare cases of GIST. Rectal GIST will also show spindle cell morphology. STH deficient GIST will have epithelioid morphology with multinodularity. Lymphovascular invasion and lymph node metastasis is common. You can see here this is a case of STH deficient GIST. You can see the multinodularity. It's very clear, right? Multinodularity. The nodules are separated by muscularis propria. This is the high power view of the same. You can see the muscularis propria is separating the tumor tissue. Coming to dedifferentiated GIST, it's nothing but morphological progression of GIST into high grade, which will be KIT negative and will have sarcomatous morphology. It may occur de novo or it may occur after imatinib therapy. It usually associated with heterologous elements like epithelial, myogenic or angiosarcomatous differentiation. Around 95% of the cases, strong and diffuse KIT positivity is seen, which may be cytoplasmic, membranous or perinuclear dot-like. Around 5% of the cases which are KIT negative, we have to go for equally sensitive and specific marker like DOG1. Spindle cell GIST show CD34 positivity, which is less common in epithelioid GIST. STH deficient GIST show loss of STHB protein irrespective of the STH gene mutated. STH gene will have subtypes like STH A, B, C, D and so on. So irrespective of the STH type of gene involved, there will be loss of STHB protein. Neurofibromatosis associated GIST will show loss of expression of neurofibromin. Best documented prognostic parameters for GIST are mitotic activity, tumor size and anatomical site. Let's see the mitotic counting. We have to count mitosis per 5 mm square area, which corresponds to approximately 20 to 25 hyperfields in majority of modern microscopes. So, if the mitotic count is less than or equal to 5 per 5 mm square, then we have to look for tumor size. If the tumor size is less than or equal to 2 centimeters, it belongs to the category 1. If the tumor size is in between 2 to 5 centimeters, then it belongs to the category 2. If the tumor size is in between 5 to 10 centimeters, then it belongs to the category 3A. If the tumor size is more than 10 centimeters, then it belongs to the category 3B. If the mitotic count is more than or equal to 5 per 5 mm square surface area, then again you have to look for tumor size. If it is less than or equal to 2 centimeters, it belongs to the category 4. If the tumor size is in between 2 to 5 centimeters, then it belongs to the category 5. If the tumor size is in between 5 to 10 centimeters, then it belongs to the category 6A. If the tumor size is more than 10 centimeters, it belongs to the category 6B. So totally we have categories 1, 2, 3. 3 is again divided into 3A, 3B, 4, 5, 6A, 6B. The tumor size measurement is same, but depending on the mitotic count, whether it is less than or equal to 5 or more than or equal to 5, we have to assign the categories. Tumor rupture carries adverse prognosis. The biological behavior depends on the mutational status. Like KIT mutant tumors behave aggressively than PDGFRA mutant or triple negative GIST. BRAF mutation, PDGFRA exon 12 mutation, KIT exon 11 mutation will carry good prognosis. Whereas KIT exon 9 mutation, PDGFRA exon 18 mutation carries bad prognosis. Coming to the differential diagnosis, first we have to think about smooth muscle tumors like leiomyoma. Inflammatory myofibroblastic tumor, which generally affects younger people, it will have 3 patterns: fasciitis like, fascicular and sclerosing pattern with prominent plasma cell infiltrate. Schwannoma is sharply demarcated with diffuse S100 positivity. However, it will be negative for CD117. Inflammatory fibrous polyp, it is CD34 positive and 117 negative. Glomus tumor again CD117 negative. Fibromatosis, it affects again young people. Beta catenin nuclear positivity will be seen, whereas CD117 will be negative. Solitary fibrous tumor, it again shows CD34 positivity with CD117 negative. Spindle cell carcinoma, cytokeratin will be positive, CD117 will be negative. Follicular dendritic cell sarcoma, we have CD21 and 35 positive. Pecoma, SMA will be positive. Mesothelioma, CD117 will be negative. Dedifferentiated liposarcoma, it should be differentiated from dedifferentiated GIST. Thank you.